And let's see, there's another piece of heart we're going to go get. Since these
Yay!
pieces of heart make the world go round and make our faces smile. I can't think of anything else to say. Oh, I was gonna say.
I can't think of anything else. That's because we had this discussion, Ricky. We don't think ever.
I remember what I was gonna say at some point. It was about the magic meter. I'm glad. I was gonna say that this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the new Zelda game coming for the 3DS.
Oh yippies!
Cause that actually has a magic meter in it.
Isn't it supposed to be in the little story world of this game?
It takes place in the exact same Hyrule. I mean, I've seen some image when I saw the video. I actually compared it to like some of the maps in the game, and they are almost exactly identical.
Yeah, I heard a few rumors speculating that it was going to be just a solid remake of this, but I doubt that.
Well, we saw if you've seen the trailer, you should totally link the trailer in the description.
I'll be sure to. I noticed the where you flip into 2D or whatever.
Into a little paper on the wall, drawing.
It wasn't paper. It was
drawing
it was
on the
like
wall.
a cave drawing. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I can see it being used well, but at the same time, I'm not sure how well it's going to be, seeing as I'm pretty sure that the last Zelda game that was side-scrolling had to be Zelda 2.
Well, the little drawing mechanic really isn't like, you know, the
major thing. Yeah,
it's not the major thing. It's just a mechanic that's just into the game.
I hope that Zelda finally they use all the items that you get throughout the game instead of just making you use your sword and shield and that about it.
Well, it makes me really
because you know in a lot of Zelda games you'll mainly use your sword, shield, arrows, and bombs through just about everything because nothing else is really that important besides the hook shot.
Yeah.
Or was it claw shot? I hate when games rename things.
I know that I mean, I understand like the claw shot looks different from the hook shot, but it has the exact same mechanic of it.
I always call it the hook shot when I'm talking about it because I grew up playing a lot of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and the like. Speaking of that, I'm gonna try not to bring up this game too much. It's BioShock Infinite. They changed up plasmids to what was it? Oh, it was something else. You see, it's escaping my head. I think it's a good game, but they changed the plasmids to something else. And in that game, I could understand it because they weren't in the underwater world; they were in an above world, where they're changing the world which the game is taking place in, and to me, it makes more sense to change things that way. You know?
Mm-hmm. And through that conversation, we are now in...
It was Vigors. Vigors, that was what they were called.
Through that conversation, we made it to the Misery Mire, which is basically just a big swamp. This area is like... The only way to get into this area was through that little teleporty thing that I went through. And yeah, this is where the next dungeon is. Technically... What?
This was inspired by the time that Miyamoto went to Florida.
Oh. Technically, this isn't the next dungeon. The next dungeon... when I go back to the Dark World, I'll move the map to where it is. But technically, the next dungeon is the Ice Palace. But I'm coming here to this dungeon first, because the item here in this dungeon will make the Ice Palace a lot quicker. Because in the Ice Palace, there's a lot of backtracking.
Fair enough. Is it the Extreme Pegasus boots?
No.
Speaking of swamps, though, here's a little bit of an anecdote, I guess. You know, Ford. All right.
Ford. You mean?
The Henry Ford car maker.
Yeah.
Back when he first started I think this is Ford. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but when he first started the company, he went down. Well, when he first started making the cars, he needed a good filling for the seats, to make it soft and yet firm.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things he tried was when he went down to, I believe it was Florida, and they had all those little things that you'd see hanging off the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought, hey, no one's using any of this stuff. I can use it. And, there's so much of it that I can just take it. I'm pretty sure everyone's annoyed by it. And he started getting abundant things of it. And the first shipment of those cars were put out with all this stuff in it, but it turns out that they had this kind of bug in them that would lay their eggs in the little stuff the seats are made from. And once all the cars went out, all these bugs started coming out, and that was like the first automobile recall.
When you're saying that reminds me. Have you ever seen Jumanji?
Yes.
It reminds me of like that one part in the movie where it's like those wasp things that are just like coming out of like the seats or something. That just made me think of that.
Yeah, but I mean, they were inside the seats of the cars, and people were freaking out. So.
Man, my seat's moving by itself.
So yeah. Anyhow, that was a little side note. Oh gosh, I hate those laser eye things in every Zelda game,
I mean, they're not as annoying as they are in like some other Zelda games where, like 3D Zelda games in particular, where the beam will just like constantly be firing at you. It doesn't like shoot you once.
Yeah, this is just like a single laser, but when it's Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, newer titles, it is just this constant beam that, you're trying to kill a thing, and all you can do is just get angry at it. You have to get behind it, but it keeps following you. So you have to get far away from it, and then, you'll walk into another one's vision, and it just ends up being this never-ending loop of confusion. You just skip that chest.
I don't have the master key. I'm going to apologize in advance for this dungeon. Even though I know the stuff about Link to the Past pretty well. For some reason, it's always this dungeon that I can't remember where the heck to go at first. But I mean, once I know where to go, once I find out where I'm supposed to go, then it'll be pretty quick.
All right.
It's just because in this dungeon there are so many useless rooms.
Well, in lots of games there are a ton of. I think GoldenEye is a good example of that. GoldenEye 64. There's a ton of useless rooms in that game, and you just don't have anything in them. And you walk into it, and you're like, "Come on, there's got to be a purpose for this room." There's no purpose. What?
Okay, don't have a key. I'm gonna need a key. Where to find a key? Find the key, find the key, find the magical key, find the key, find the key, oh, happily you'll be.
Is that from something?
It's from, I think it's from Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay. Also, I like this little bit of level design right here, where it has the grate over, like, the overhanging. Because, it's this big area over the lower area, it doesn't interrupt the lower area where, most times when there's something above a lower area, it will just completely block it out, like a bridge or something. I don't know, I think it's a nice bit of clever design that's not too difficult,
Come here. No.
It's the little things in games that make me smile.
Okay, fine. Just take all my magic power away from me, you stupid bubble.
It's the bubble. Aww. It's so cute and murderous, but so cute.
At least it's not as annoying as like bubbles in Wind Waker. Those you know the ones that I'm talking about that whenever they hit you, you can't use any of your weapons at all.
I think I may know what you're talking
They're like I
about.
think they're the blue bubbles. The red ones are just
Yeah.
fire, but they didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I only had Wind Waker for a week, though. It was one of my Blockbuster rentals, back when Blockbuster was a thing. Rest in peace.
You know, I've always wondered, like, what if Blockbuster in some of these places were still around? How the heck would they handle, like, you know, PC games? Because I know you install a game.
That is true.
So how are you able to, you know, take it off their computer? Do they have like some sort of ability to set a timer for the installation or something, and after a certain time, it takes the game off your computer?
That's... I believe they used to have computer rentals, actually. You know, I don't think they really could do anything about it. I think they just sold them as, you know, as it is and didn't ask for them back. I can't remember exactly how they handled it. I don't know. That's one of those things that's probably what's bringing them down. You know, with as everything changes, you know, companies change, things disappear. Yeah. It's just one of those things. But Coca-Cola will always be around because Coca-Cola is very good for you.
It's delicious and nutritious.
And it comes from where I live. Well, close to.
You manufacture
Well,
Coca-Cola? Dang, you must be a millionaire.
No. We don't.
You don't manufacture Coca-Cola?
We manufacture Little Debbie's. I'm sure you've had Little Debbie's. They're sweets and delicious.
Oh, are they the sweets and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
like little pies and stuff. I don't know.
I was just in this.
I was having this conversation with this other person earlier, and you know, I like things with chocolate on them. I love things with chocolate on them, but I just don't like chocolate by itself. You know?
Yeah.
You are short on magic power.
I am so frustrated. I don't remember where to go. I have 2 keys. That's a good start.
Why are you carrying around 2 bats?
I see what you did there.
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, hello. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna need the master key. Am I gonna get the master key anytime soon?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
You're supposed to know all these things.
I'm sorry.
You lied to me. You told me you were a super genius.
You told me you loved me. You know, I thought we had something.
No, we don't.
You're right. But I don't want to agree with you. Because then you would have won. Did you just fall down a hole?
Yes.
And then walk right back up?
Yep.
That's a deliberately pointless hole.
Yep. Oh, hello.
It's literally designed to annoy you. Okay, why did those other ones just like flicker and then disappear?
I have no idea. Oh, one just appeared as I was leaving. It's like, goodbye.
Saw that, yeah.
Okay, so got all these blocks pushed. Get away. And let's light all the torches.
I hope Derpy's not dealing with any blockage. That would be terrible. Oh, he's still there.
And shaking.
If you look at the holes and then the little grate, it looks like a face.
It does.
The little bar, you know, the little blocking thing.
That's a mustache.
It's like a mustache.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore with my life. And the other one's an upside down face.
And I think this is the master key. Yes.
It's a key.
Wee.
Are you just gonna fall down through the very middle? Is that you're gonna fall down through the very middle?
Wee.
Because it looks like if you fall down through the very middle.
Wee. No, no, all that stuff.
Oh my god.